Hello friends, let's talk about the standard deduction and the itemized deduction. In this session, I will try to cover what they are and what the difference between the two is. Let us start with the standard deduction. So what is the standard deduction? It's a set amount based on your filing status, and it's super easy. No math, no records, just take the deduction and call it a day. But wait, there's another option, itemized deductions. This is where you list out all your deductible expenses. It's a bit more work, but it can save you some serious money on taxes. Remember, you can choose either a standard deduction or itemized deduction, not the both. Now, let's weigh the pros and cons. Standard deduction is simple and quick. However, if you've got loads of deductible expenses, you might be leaving money on the table. Itemized deductions are great for maximizing tax savings. The downside? You'll need to keep track of receipts and do some extra math. But it could be worth it. Let's explore some common deductions, shall we? Medical expenses are a big one. You can itemize if they're over 5% of your AGI. Think doctor visits, prescriptions, even dental care. Next up, state and local taxes. You can deduct up to $10,000. That includes property, income, and sales taxes. Keep in mind, though, there's a cap. Don't forget about mortgage interest. If you're a homeowner, this can be a big deduction. It applies to primary and secondary residences, up to certain limits. Charitable donations are another popular deduction. Just be sure to keep those receipts and records. Your generosity can pay off come tax time. There is a long list of types of expenses that you can itemize. For example, freelancers can also itemize all expenses, like office supplies, travel expenses, and even a portion of their home used for business. Similarly, consider that work-related expenses that are unreimbursed employee expenses may also be deductible. Union dues, job-specific uniforms, and professional fees are examples that if you have incurred educational expenses, they can also be deductible. If you're upgrading your skills or maintaining professional certifications, keep track of tuition and other costs. They might just save you money. In certain circumstances, you might be able to deduct losses from natural disasters or theft. However, there are strict requirements and limitations. Remember, the itemized deduction requires record keeping and can sometimes trigger an IRS audit, whereas the standard deduction is fixed, hassle-free deduction available to everyone. So, which should you choose? It depends on your situation. If your itemized deductions are higher than the standard deduction, go for it. Otherwise, take the easy route. Brought to you by IRSTaxApp.com. If you have any questions on the standard deduction or itemized deduction, write them in the comment box. If you liked the video, please subscribe and click the bell icon.